I really couldn't understand what was going down. My moms couldn't take it, so she had a nervous breakdown. Here's a little something that I haven't told no other. I never understood why God took my little brother. The streets of New York, people die from right to left, from homicide, guns, or drugs. Yo, but what the hell is crib death? My moms couldn't cope, the crying wouldn't stop, so we had to go stay with my aunt in the Bronx. New York, the big city of dreams. That's what my mother thought at the age of 15, when she had to get away and hopped on an airliner, scared to death to up and leave South Carolina. No matter what the cost, she wasn't turning back. She was determined to succeed and never have to go back. But back in her days, blacks were hardly treated equal. The first job she got was cleaning for some Jewish people. My brother's locked down, I still got love for my brother, but for being so strong, I thank God for my mother.
All I got to say is thank God for my mother. All I got to say is thank God for my mother. All I got to say is thank God for my mother. All I got to say is thank God for my mother.
I got something I wanna say that made my young mind click. I remember when my grandmother got real sick. My mom's gave up everything and moved us all into her home. Grandpops was getting old, he couldn't do it alone. So without a second thought, my mom's wanted to take care of her. Everybody else is acting like they wasn't aware of her. Everything was cool, at least that's how I felt. We stayed a few months, my mom's nursed her back to health. Before too long, my grandmama's on her feet, and for reasons I don't know, her and mom's had a beef. Then she dropped a bomb aimed at my mother's way. She kicked us out the house and she said we couldn't stay. My mom was devastated and she couldn't even talk. We had no money or tickets back to New York. She thought I was too little, but I wanted to know why. All my mother could do was sit in the room and just cry. I told her it's alright and everything gon' be okay. She pleaded for her kids, but she wouldn't let us stay. She packed our bags one day and said we had to go. Her and 3 little kids, we walked the streets in the cold. I love my mother to death, because from her I got my strength. No matter what the race, I'll always go the length. I never forgave her because I couldn't be true, but to forgive is divine, so I forgive you. My mom's everything to me, a father, sister, and a brother. But for going through hell, I thank God for my mother.
All I got to say is thank God for my mother. All I got to say is thank God for my mother. All I got to say is thank God for my mother. All I got to say is thank God for my mother.
She did the very best she could when no one else cared. She worked 2 jobs and we still was on welfare. No matter what it took, she wanted us to be fed. On some days all we had was Kool-Aid and bread. We had Thanksgivings in the summer and Christmas in the fall. Better late than never, we had a ball. My older brother was just cutting up and acting up in school. She sent us for an education and he wanted to be the class fool. Every other day he was getting into trouble. I know you love your son and I hate to burst your bubble. He keeps this up, he'll land in jail or be dead. Or out there pushing drugs, that's what the principal said. And before too long he was expelled. To start his long journey walking through a ghetto hell, he started slanging dope and his rep was getting bigger. My mother was strong but we didn't have a father figure. Rhyming for mine and he was going for his. Down 2 different roads we had to handle our bids, and sure enough in a few you can guess what he did. My mom's called me up and said he got a 6-year bid. She said why, yo why, where did I go wrong? Cause all throughout her life it's been the same old song. I love her to death, I wouldn't trade her for another. And for being so strong I thank God for my mother.